What's up, YouTube? I hope all is well with you because things are wonderful with me. Today I'm going to be talking about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7, Episode 6, Ru Hollywood Stories. Yes. I have to say that I really enjoyed this episode for so many reasons, and I'm going to talk about it right now. We first enter into the workroom, and Candy Ho is glowing after her second win. She, all of a sudden, for some reason, starts talking a lot more than she had the past few episodes. Like, I see her leading a lot of the conversations. First, of course, she says that she sent the two oldest women home. Okay, girl. And then she talks about how Pearl and Max had won the next challenge, and so she claps to them for that. And Pearl gets to like celebrate for a second because now she's woken up in the competition in a sense. And okay, I'm just gonna let you guys know real quick, I still don't see it for Pearl. I don't think I'm ever gonna see it for her. But she's gonna make top 3, that's a given, but I still don't see it for her. They just talk a little bit about that, and then it's on to the next day. And the next day they have a mini challenge in which all the pit crew comes out looking fly in their just-in-case underwear. I thought that's a cute little name. But they had this challenge in which they had to choose pit crew members, and the pit crew members pulled out numbers from their crotch, and they had to get the most amount of numbers without going bust with a bug, like, I guess, to signify venereal diseases. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of double entendre going on in that challenge, but, you got to see them choose men to pull out numbers from their crotch. And it was a funny challenge, and it was some good eye candy. So all in all, it was a fun challenge, but it was just kind of like the rest of the challenges, kind of pointless. But the winner of the challenge was Ginger Minj, and because she won the challenge, she had the opportunity. Ooh, my eye is red. I'm sorry, excuse my red eye. I probably got mascara in it, and it gets red and freaks out every time I put anything in my eye. But anyway, sorry about that. So Ginger Minj wins, and because she wins, she gets to pick her own team for the Ru Hollywood Stories, and she gets to pick the other 2 teams and how they are paired up. She immediately picks Kennedy and Katya, which I thought was a pretty good pick. And then for the other 2 teams, she had, let me see if I can remember. I need to take notes. I know she had Max, Candy Ho, and Violet. And then the other team was Jaden, Fame, and Pearl. Yes. Okay. So she picks those teams. I think she was a little shady, and she picked the 2 weakest people for Max, because I feel like she sees Max as competition at this time. Competition that Ginger really doesn't want to have. So I think she's trying to take her down secretly. That's just my personal opinion. But so the main challenge is they're bringing back Merle Ginsburg, who was on season 1 and 2 before Michelle Visage became a judge. And I missed her. Like, I wondered why she had left in the first place. I always wondered. And we never got an answer, of course. But according to RuPaul, we are going to find out what exactly happened to her through a series of stories. So they are going to tell RuPaul's side, Merle Ginsburg's side, and then Michelle Visage's side. And so each team was assigned a scene to act out. So, yeah. First, Ginger Minj and Katya and Kennedy had to act out Merle Ginsburg's side. And when they were doing their performance in front of Ross, who was the director, it was all going well until Kennedy started speaking. I don't know what kind of RuPaul Kennedy was trying to portray, but it was terrible. Actually, all the RuPaul's for each of the scenarios were terrible, just horrible, and I was really disappointed in them. But what can you do but see what happens? And I just knew when I saw Kennedy as RuPaul that she was gonna get eliminated. I was like, oh, she's going home. That was my instant thought. And Katya was doing a fantastic job, and so was Ginger Minge. They were on character, on point. And so I was really curious to see how theirs turned out. Then we had Max and Candy Ho and Violet. Candy Ho was RuPaul. She did a terrible job too. Max was Merle Ginsburg, and she was okay. She had over-characterized Merle because her vision was she was showing Merle in Michelle Visage's eyes because they had Michelle's story. And I thought that was a pretty cute concept, but I think she overplayed the part to the point where it wasn't something that I wanted to watch. And then we had Violet Chachki as Michelle, and I thought she did a really good job as Michelle also. I think the Michelles were really strong. All the Michelles were really strong. All the Merle Ginsburgs were okay, except for Katya. She did a fantastic job. And then all the RuPauls were just terrible, horrible. But they did their thing, and I thought that theirs was going to be probably the best. That's what my assumption was, that they were going to have the best one. But then we get to Fame, Pearl, and Jaden. And Jaden is RuPaul. She does a terrible job. We have Merle. Who is Merle? Fame is Merle. And Fame is just doing way too much. Fame forgets her lines and decides to go into a little soliloquy of why she can't handle what's going on. Everyone else is just like, shut up. Like, she's unpacking her feelings when they're supposed to be acting in the scene. And I thought it was so funny when Ross Matthews, he was like, I feel like we're in a relationship. Like, why am I listening to your feelings? It was too much. And so everyone's like, shut up, Fame, just learn your lines so we can do the stupid skit. And they finished, and I thought theirs was going to be pretty terrible, just from what I had seen. And then it's time for them to get ready for the main runway challenge. And the main runway was Death Becomes Her. And I was excited about it because, I'd already seen the previews, and we had seen that Violet had her little cinched-in waist. And I just wanted to be able to live in that cinchedness and also get the reactions of the judges and see them like live for her. And so I was excited for this challenge all in all. So when they're getting ready, Jaden got to tell her story about the fact that she hasn't officially come out of the closet to her family yet. Okay, I love Jaden to death, but her family knows, and there's no reason for her to come out of the closet because they know. They know. I mean, they have to know that Jaden is never, ever going to legitimately fall in love with a woman. That's not happening anytime soon. And so it was just funny that he was like, his mom is his best friend, and, she really doesn't accept the drag, but she really, really doesn't accept the fact that he's gay, and she likes to text him and tell him that one day he's going to find a wife, and I'm just like, Jaden, don't do that. Please don't marry a girl. There's no reason for that to happen. Like, we know you don't like her. She probably thinks you're in love with her, or she should know better. But don't waste any girl's time by marrying them. I mean, you're just making everyone miserable if you try to fit yourself into a life that is not designed for you. Like, if you cannot fall in love with a woman, there's no reason for you to marry a woman. And this is coming from a girl that has had a lot of crushes on gay guys. Like, I'm so glad they were honest enough to say, like, Keshi, no, this is not happening. Because can you imagine being in a relationship with someone who can never really extremely fall in love with you? Like, personally wouldn't want it for myself or anybody else. So, Jaden, girl, just please, just do me this one favor. Don't marry anyone. I mean, excuse me. Don't marry a girl, because we all know that you are not having it. So, I understand you want to please your parents, but I feel like you will end up hurting a lot more people if you decide to marry a girl. Specifically, the girl and yourself. So, yeah. I went off on a tangent. But I like that he shared his story because, I mean, it's definitely a story that a lot of gay people are facing today. So it was nice for him to share. When it came to the main runway, RuPaul looked amazing. She looked gorgeous, just pretty. And the guest judges were Merle Ginsburg. It was lovely to see her on the stage again. And Ariana Grande. She looked so adorable and so cute. And I love the fact that she seemed so happy to be there. She was just living for the fact that she got to be on this show. And seeing her on the show made me like her a lot more. And it made me want to see her in more television programming. I know she's got her little singing career going on. But I want to see her in more sitcoms. Like, I'm ready for her to do another comedy show. But more adult version, if you will. I can think of some, but I'll send them to you, Ariana Grande. Like, for sure, you need to get back to TV. But when it came to the runway, I'm just going to go through all the looks. I'm not going to go through the order, but I'll just go through all the looks and what I thought of them. First, Katya, she had like a shark bite her leg, and she had like this glittery swimsuit and a sailor hat. I liked the overall look. I thought it was beautiful, just well put together, and I enjoyed it. And it was campy, and at the same time, it got across the message of death becomes her. I thought that was great. Then there was Max with the heart ripped out. I thought it was a really lovely concept. I loved the way her hair was. I loved her makeup. The only thing that I hated about the look was the dress was appropriate, but it did not fit Max. Like, it was too short. And you can tell it was too short because she tried to add fabric underneath the dress in order to make it longer, but it just made it look more cheaper, and I didn't appreciate that look. And I wish she would have chosen another dress. That's what I would have wished for, because that dress just bothered me so much. It really did. But everything else was good, and her concept was great. We knew that death became her. Then there was Ginger Minge with her bear outfit, and everyone was living for this outfit, but I thought it was okay. Like, it was okay. Like, she had the bear literally, I guess, eating her head, but it was a bear coat that she was wearing, and then she was wearing like a dress underneath it. It was okay. Like, I wasn't like blown away by this concept, but it got the job done. Speaking of getting the job done or not getting the job done, Kennedy freaking Davenport. Okay, when I saw her outfit, I was like, oh, she's bottom 2 for sure. Because she was explaining her outfit before going on the runway, and she was just like, I don't know what exactly I'm going to be. I'm a girl that got killed after hooking, and okay. And then you see the outfit, and it was a combination of, come with me here. It was a combination of, do you remember season 5 when Jay Jolie and Coco Montrese, they lip sync for their lives together, singing I'm So Excited? It's a combination of both of those outfits together. Like, oh, just Google both of those outfits and see it's both of them together. Like, she had some fringe hanging out this way, and then it was just an ugly color. Her makeup was beautiful, but that outfit was terrible. It was horrible. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, she's bottom 2 for sure. And I wanted to see her defend that outfit to the judges, because that was not cute. Then there was Pearl. Pearl came out like, plastic surgery gone wrong, which is something that's been done over and over again. It's not something that's original. On top of that, it was just like, okay, you put some lingerie on and you tied some bandages around your waist and you called it an outfit. Mm-mm. I wasn't here for it. And the thing that frustrated me was like, well, I will give her this. She sold the mess out of that outfit. Like the way she walked down the runway was definitely tense. Like she did a fantastic job. Her runway presentation kind of reminded me of not Violet, Adore of season 6 when Adore came out with the diamond costume, and it was just a really skinny tutu, and she put some diamonds on the front. But the fact that she came down the runway and she had a whole presentation to it, she won that challenge when she really shouldn't have, because her outfit wasn't really that great. I feel like the same thing happened with Pearl. Pearl, her outfit wasn't that great, but she won because, no, she didn't win, but she was scored high because of her presentation. Because honestly, I would have clocked her for that, because she just put some underwear on and then bandages on. And I feel like skinny queens, it sucks because I feel like skinny queens, they get away with it because, you know, they can just put some lingerie on and it's called drag. And then bigger girls, they have to get their stuff custom made and it's just more expensive for them, and they have to try a little harder in order for them to get a complete outfit together. The reason why I'm talking about this is because Jaden comes down the runway and she has like, you can tell it's like she has escaped a gel and she just didn't quite make it because she's all cut up. And I personally didn't care too much about the look because I felt like too much was going on. It was a lot for the eyes. Like she had too many cuts, too many places. She had so much blood everywhere. It was a lot going on. And I can see why the judges were not here for it. But you can tell that she worked really, really hard on her outfit. And so you want to give her 10s for that. But who was next? Miss Fame. I loved Miss Fame's outfit. I loved her concept with the knife going through the head. Her makeup was beautiful. I loved her hair. I loved her outfit. The whole thing was flawless, and she did a fantastic job. Then there was Candy Ho. Candy Ho just came out with a black outfit. That's it. She did have fangs in her teeth. Okay. So she had fangs and a black outfit, but I guess she died from getting bit, and so now she's risen again. But like compared to the other queens, you can tell she didn't think out her outfit all the way to have a fully realized concept. So that's why the judges clocked her for it. Who was next? Violet Chachki. She did that. Like, she did her thing. She had a fully realized concept. Her outfit was on point. Her waist was on point and stitched for the gods. Her hair was great. Everything was just perfect, and she had the prop of the oxygen mask. Like, that was amazing. Like, the whole thing was fan-freaking-tastic. 10s. 10s across the board for her. And I've come to the conclusion that even though everyone feels like Violet is mean and not nice, I like her because even though she may not be the nicest to the queens, she gives her all on the runway and she's been killing it. Just killing it. You gotta give props when props are due. And it's not like she's maliciously going after certain people. It seems like whenever people come to her about something, she's just like, meh. She just doesn't care. And she just replies in a way that she feels like she should reply. But I would say that for the most part, I don't think she's malicious. And so I'm fine with her. And I'm more than happy to have her in the top 3. She's in my top 3 because she's doing a fantastic job. And I loved Ariana just reacting to Violet. You could tell she was living for her. living for her. So it was lovely to see that. Absolutely. When it came to judging, Ginger Minj's team was on top, and they could not be eliminated. When I heard this, I was kind of frustrated because I feel like they pick and choose each week to manipulate how we determine the bottom two and the top. Because, like, one week they say, oh, well, you worked in teams, but you're going to get judged individually. And this week they were like, oh, well, the top team is this team. Like, I feel like they need to do it one way or the other. Either they're going to judge everybody individually, or they're going to have the top and bottom teams. Like, because it's just obvious right now that they're trying to save some people and put some people on the bottom. Because Kennedy, even though I love her, she needed to be on the bottom this week. She did terrible. Her RuPaul was terrible. Her outfit was terrible. Like, there was no reason for her to be safe. But she was safe because her team was safe. And Katya finally won a challenge. She won. And she deserved to win. Because when you looked at her, the video of Merle's side of the story, like, she did that. She really did. And then my favorite part was when they got a little tipsy. Katya's Merle, and she's like a human table. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. But, I forgot to talk about the videos. So, Merle's side of the story, it was pretty good. I enjoyed that one. The one when it was Michelle's side of the story, that was okay too. Like, I enjoyed that one also. And then when it came to RuPaul's side of the story, I thought they were really shady in the editing because I felt like Jaden was doing an okay job as RuPaul. And then when it was time for her to walk off the stage, they kept in that pause that she had before walking off the stage. And they could have cut it. They really could have, but they just decided not to. And they left it in there, and it made Jaden look worse than other people like Kennedy and Candy. So it sucked. But anyway, when it came to the bottom two videos, they just were coming for Candy Ho, and they were coming for Jaden, letting them know that they did a terrible job. And Miss Fame was ridiculous in judging. Like, RuPaul was like, how's your head? And then Miss Fame was like, well, my head is hurting. I've had a really difficult week. And then he was like, Michelle, how's your head? And Michelle was like, my head is good, RuPaul. And he was like, oh, there, thanks. Like, I don't know. It seems like Miss Fame is thinking way too much for this competition. But luckily, she didn't get to be in the bottom this week. Instead, it was Candy Ho and Jaden. I really don't think Jaden should have been in the bottom two. It should have been Kennedy in the bottom two, quite honestly. But anyway, they're in the bottom two, and they have to lip sync to Ariana Grande's "Break Free," which is one of the better songs of the season. Most of the songs have not been that great. This one is like, meh, okay. And immediately, I was scared for Jaden because I felt like Candy Ho definitely fit the vibe of the song because she kind of looks like Ariana Grande. And when she took off her black outfit, she had like the little outfit that an outfit that Ariana Grande would most likely wear. And she was really giving it to the camera because, we all know now Candy Ho is a fantastic lip syncer. And she was lip syncing for her life and doing a really good job. But Jaden was keeping up, and she was doing a fantastic job also. And at the very end, I had no idea who was going to win. But fortunately and unfortunately, I guess, it was Candy Ho's time to go. And she was eliminated, and Jaden got to stay. And I'm glad Jaden got to stay because you can tell that she's really happy to be in this competition. Oh, and you see Bianca. Anyway, she's really happy to be in this competition, and so I feel like she deserved to stay. And Candy Ho has just kind of disappeared. Like, for the past few episodes, I completely forgot she was there until it was time for her to lip sync for her life. So it was her time to go. I'm not too sad about it. I'm just ready for next week when it's Snatch Game. Snatch Game! Woo! Very quickly, I want to talk about Untucked. Untucked was a mess because we had Kennedy, Ginger, and Katya backstage just reading the girls down. It was crazy. And I don't know. It was just crazy, and I enjoyed it personally. I enjoyed seeing them talk about other queens. Apparently, because I go on Reddit all the time, apparently a lot of people on Reddit are furious with Kennedy, and it's a I hate Kennedy club, and I feel like it's unwarranted. I don't understand why it's so negative, because quite honestly, like, all of them, I don't think not one of the queens has not talked about another queen. So, I don't know. I just feel like it was good TV for me. I enjoyed them talking about each other behind their back, me personally. One thing we did get to see was that Pearl, the reason why she had just a bandage plastic surgery look, and it was just like a last minute look she threw together, is because she sacrificed her original look, which was death by tanning, for the Tan for You challenge, and the parody challenge where they did Tan for You. The only thing is, well, it makes a lot of sense because I remember at the time, Trixie had suggested Tan for You, and Pearl was like, no, we shouldn't do that. And she probably was that way because she had her outfit already for Death Becomes Her, and she didn't want to give it up, which makes so much sense now. However, when you look at her tanning outfit, like, it wasn't the greatest outfit anyway. It wasn't that great, and the look wasn't that great in my opinion. So either way, she had like 2 bad looks, so whatever. But I enjoyed the Untucked, and I'm enjoying this new format. Oh, and the one other thing that broke my heart about Untucked was the fact that Jaden was really taken aback by the fact that she tried so hard on her outfit, and the judges were so mean to her about it. And they praised someone like Pearl, who just threw her outfit together and still got so much praise. And I felt bad because, like I said before, it seems like, it's always hard for a big girl to even get a little bit of recognition. And Ginger informed that to her. She was like, yeah, in order for you to get recognition, you have to work 10 times harder than a skinny girl. And I hate the fact that the world is that way, but it is. And it just sucked to see that on Untucked. But yeah, I'm done talking. I've talked too long once again. And I appreciate everyone who watch these videos because I just appreciate you. And I will try to do shout outs next video. So if you want your name shouted out, well, if you got to the end of this video, first off, if you want your name shouted out in the next video I do for RuPaul's Drag Race, let me know and I will shout you out. Anyway, I am finished for today. I hope you guys are doing everything you need to do in order to have a happy, successful, and healthy life. And I will talk to you later. Bye.